Hey scientists, today we're going to learn how to graph on paper. Now, the first thing you're going to need is some paper. I do highly recommend graph paper because we can use graph paper to make graphs. I have had some students in the past measure out with rulers. If you feel like you are very precise, you are welcome to try that as well, but most people that want to graph on paper can use graph paper. There should be some in the lined paper drawer because graph paper has lines on it. Okay, so for this example, we're going to make a line graph, which is normally change over time, right? And you could make a bar graph or, a pie chart on graph paper. The easiest one is probably the bar graph. The pie chart could just be on blank paper, but the same kind of idea exists for all of them. So for this one, we're going to do a line graph. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by kind of looking at the two different axes that I have here, and I know that I'm going to graph change over time. I'm going to make sure I put a title at the top. So you have something called the x-axis and something else called the y-axis. So you're going to draw them like this, and then we're going to start to label them. So you want to be very specific with your title at the top of the graph. So for this one, we're going to do the height of something by day. This is the change, this is the time. So whatever the height of is, I would fill this in. And then I'm going to draw days because the time goes down here on the x-axis. And then what's being changed, right, is the height. So that's going to go over here. And notice I drew it this way. And where these two axes meet, this is 0 and 0. So that's kind of always your starting point, especially for 6th grade science. There are some other exceptions to that rule, but for you guys, most of you are going to start with a 0 height and a 0 time of day, right? Okay, so once we've got the axes drawn and the labels on, then we have to fill in the numbers. Okay, now, you guys, I messed this up. So this is 3 squares, that's 3 squares, this is 4 squares. That's 4 squares, that's 4 squares, that's 5 squares. This is 5 squares. Make them even. These are all 4 squares. So actually count out, and that's when you probably should put these little tick marks on here. Unlike me, you can really tell the difference right there. It bugs me. But you want to space these out evenly. So we know we're going to have all these different days, and we know we're going to have all these different heights. It's better to make your graph bigger than smaller. So you might need to do 20 days and 100 centimeters, right? Whatever the thing is, but it's better to space it out bigger than smaller if you're going to add to your graph as you go. If you're waiting till all of your data is collected and then you're going to graph, then you can kind of think about what's your highest number on each side, and those will go on the ends, and then space your way out. Okay, so notice height centimeters, 20 centimeters, 15, 10, 5, 0, number of days here, and then I have the title at the top. Now, this is where I can start to graph. So on day 1, the height was 4 centimeters, so I'm going to put a thing here. On day 2, it was 9 centimeters, I'm going to put a thing here. On day 3, it was only 10 centimeters, I'm going to put a thing here. On day 4, it was 15 centimeters. See what I'm doing? There we go, put a thing there. On day 5, it was just 16. Did I do that right? 16 centimeters. And day 6, it was 17 centimeters. And once I have all my dots drawn, I can start to connect the dots. Nope. And there I have my graph. Now, if I graphed day 1, but I hadn't taken the data for day 2, 3, 4, 5, again, you're going to want to leave more space. If you're waiting till the end of your data, you could figure it all out then. But that is how you graph using paper. Good luck, scientists.